Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's been a while since I've made a video. I've kind of stopped doing this and started hosting X Spaces instead. These are a lot more time consuming to make than you might think, and time has turned out to be a pretty precious thing for me lately, but there's so much going on and so much that I'm bullish on. I wanted to publish something and get something out there. I am super bullish on GameStop, and as per se, also bullish on GME themed meme coins. Earnings for GameStop is coming up this week. I got highlighted right here, March 24th. That is Tuesday. Come on, highlight for me. Yeah, right there. So, yeah, if things go the way that I think that they're going to go, going to be a good week for GME, good week for GME memes, like Roar, which has been the main content on my channel for a while. So let's jump into things that I'm bullish on in the GME meta and why. But first, just know that none of what I'm saying is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, and I'll never tell you what to do with your money. I'm just talking about what I'm doing with my money and why. So, guys, let's get into it. The first one I got here is GMEBAY. This is a pump fund play, and I have a little bit into this, not a whole lot. I was really early into this one, and I got about 11 million GMEBAY, which at the time of recording is worth about $114. I'm actually down like 60 bucks because I got around 170 in it. I had found this project because a dev from another GME themed meme coin was holding this in his wallet. There isn't really a structured community around this asset. I think most of the people who are in this are in it because of speculation on how it could run if the narrative of GameStop acquiring eBay ends up being a thing. I believe that if it ends up being true, this asset could pump like crazy. If it doesn't end up happening, of course, it's going to fall flat on its face. And how high could it go if it pumps? Who knows? Like, could the GameStop community come into this asset even more so than they already have and actually provide some structure to the community around it and send it even higher? I don't see why not. Will they? We'll see. But, you know, it has to be announced that GameStop is buying eBay first. So we go here. I got an article by Yahoo Finance. I mean, this was published. Speculation on GameStop buying eBay. I mean, you just scroll down here. GameStop is reportedly preparing a large transformational acquisition with market chatter focusing on eBay as a potential target. The move would align with CEO Ryan Cohen's plan to pivot GameStop from a video game retailer into a diversified holding company. Guys, this could be really big if it is true, and GMEBAY is probably going to do well. Also, I said people are posting about it on X, this asset in particular, so GMEBAY, crypto mean fusion. People are talking about it. So if it does end up being true, I believe that this is the asset people will buy. And if you look at the chart, this darker yellow line I got here, this is what I believe is the floor. And we are on the floor right now. So probably a good time to accumulate, not financial advice. Yeah, this is just the first one. I promise it gets better as I go along here. So the second one I got, this is called Teddy. So this is another one that I got into early, and I don't really have a lot into this one either. I got over 12 million Teddy, and I got maybe $320 into this. I can't really remember right now. I had it written down. I don't see it on my desk though. But anyways, my 12 million Teddy is worth about 530 bucks right now, so I'm up a little bit. As you can see, you know, new asset. It's on Pump Fund. Not much of a chart yet, but yeah, Teddy actually has a community growing around it. You know, so far, Teddy's actually had some issues with their X account getting suspended. They actually got their account suspended twice. The first time it got suspended was right around this dump. I think the first suspension actually hurt the momentum the project had. And their second one, it got suspended somewhere around here, so that hasn't really helped. But the dev for this project has kind of been coming through with what he said. Like, he had said he'd burned so much Teddy at a certain point along the ways, and he did come through and burn that Teddy. And there was actually another community member in Teddy that paired Teddy with Roar. So that liquidity pool, as Teddy grows, you know, it's going to burn Teddy and burn Roar, which is really cool. And coming more for Teddy, I mean, there should be a website, some NFTs, you know, the usual stuff that projects do when they try to grow. And yeah, so it's cool to see community form around an asset like this. But what I am most bullish on for Teddy is the narrative. So I just went to Google to give me a summary, because you can find little bits here and there either on Reddit or on X, but just to give you an overview. So Teddy Holdings LLC It's a private holding company established by Ryan Cohen, the CEO of GameStop and founder of Chewy, which is widely speculated by followers to be modeled after Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway. The company operates as a vehicle for Cohen's investment strategies and brand building, often described by supporters as a faster version of the Buffett model, focusing on high conviction, long-term investments, and potential brand diversification. You guys can go look at all of this on your own time. For just for the time for my video, I'm not going to read through all of it, but like the trademark thing, Teddy Holdings LLC has filed for numerous trademarks. Some of them that I've seen recently actually are not on this. Like they got a trademark for like banking and finance and stuff like that. It's part of what people speculate Ryan Cohen is going to turn Teddy into. And when news comes out about that and how important Teddy is going to be in the engine of GameStop, Teddy, the asset, you already got the narrative. You're early to the narrative. This asset could do very, very well. So that is something that I'm holding and watching, and just something cool to follow. And it looks like we are at a floor on the chart right now. This dark yellow line I got here, I believe this is probably the floor. So maybe we consolidate along the floor, and we'll eventually move up. But super bullish on Teddy. They got a telegram. Great stuff. So moving on. The next one I got here is LOLO. And I actually got into this one because like a lot of the people in the Roar community were talking about it, and I was blessed enough to get into this one early as well too. Though I didn't really buy a lot. Over time, as I've seen this thing progressed, I've bought more and more. I'm up to about 10.4 million LOLO. I might have 600 some odd bucks into it right now, but it's worth about $3,500. So LOLO, or Elota Lolo, it's being marketed as the brother to Barking Puppy, another GME meme. That is Kevin Gill's internet persona. Kevin Gill's the brother to Keith Gill, so there's the GameStop connection for you. So Buddy, which is another GME meme, it's the name of Kevin's golden retriever, and Elota Lolo is supposedly his other dog. There has been some tin surrounding this project being associated directly with Kevin Gill because of interactions with his account and the mysterious dev of this project, quotations around that, quote-unquote mysterious dev, posting things before Kevin posts the same kind of stuff. The dev has also made liquidity pairings with Roar and other GME-themed memes, as if the dev is actually bullish on GameStop himself. And to help this project, he's pairing it with other GameStop projects, because if GameStop's going to do well, GameStop memes are going to do well. So having this project tied to other GameStop memes that do well, it's only going to help this project. So that's actually something really bullish and really cool to see. And the chart is actually looking pretty prime right now. So we got our two trend lines made here. So we'll probably trade within this triangle at least until the end of the month. Perhaps we break it, but this looks good. If we break up to here, we got this. Our last bit of resistance is going to be 0.305, this red line up here. But if we can break this red line and move past it, I think LOLO is going to fly. And we may not have to wait too much longer, because as this continues to move to the right and move towards this point, I believe that this project is going to break upwards and go higher. So I am waiting to see what happens with that. So lastly, Roar, which I'm not really going to spend a whole lot of time talking about Roar. I talk about Roar all the time. I don't really have anything drawn out on the chart here, but things could be looking up for Roar very soon. I know the biggest elephant in the room here is a Keith Gill return, who he was actually active on X the other day. Someone said he was logged in using a VPN. I was going to bring the page up, but my X quit working while I was putting this together. I use my phone as a hotspot, and sometimes I think X just doesn't like that for an internet connection. So every now and again, X just doesn't want to work for me. But there's a lot of buzz about that. And if Keith Gill comes back and posts on X and live streams, Roar's going to pump off of that. Roar in the past typically spikes every time Keith Gill posts. And when he posts, when he posts significantly day after day after day, It brings more consistent volume to the project and moves things up. Also, holder count 1.6 thousand holders. That's very, very good. I remember when Roar had like 600 holders. So I've been in this project for a while. The holder count's steadily growing. Roar has been getting some exchange listings. It got on Grove X, which I actually do have that X page up. Got on Grove X, listed on February 20th. Yeah. Also BitTrue Alpha, which I don't have that page right now. But yeah. So part of the thesis behind Roar, and I actually made another video called A Case for Roar. You can go back in my videos and find that if you want to learn more about Roar. But one of those things was the community around Roar. If the community is active and raids and shills all the time, eventually Roar is going to get some listings, and once it gets one, it'll get another, and it'll get another, and it'll be like a snowball effect. We've seen it happen with other projects like Turbo, Popcat, Kendu, and these are all community-run tokens. So we may start seeing it happen with Roar, and that snowball effect might start growing and growing here pretty soon as the GameStop meta heats up. So that's about all I really got. Let's see, that's the 3-day. Where's the 1-day? Yeah. Normally when I look at Roar, I look at the 1-day, but yeah, I mean, Roar is pretty much at a floor. You can actually argue that it's beneath its floor a little bit. It could be oversold, but I'm not worried. I've been holding Roar for a while, and I continually add Roar to my bag because I'm bullish on this asset. It's 100% decentralized. It's got a growing community around it, and people show up every day. They show Roar every day. I see it on my X all the time. People are showing Roar. Roar is also showing up on a lot of like influencers that I've seen, like larger crypto accounts on X talking about what meme coin is going to do 100x this year, and there's like a list of all these different meme coins, and Roar is consistently on it. So Roar is to the point where the last 2 years the community's been out raiding and chilling and just getting after it, and because of that visibility, a lot of people know about Roar, which is great because if Keith Gill comes back, GameStop meta heats up, as Roar tends to climb and Roar does better, you're going to have more eyes on Roar. More people are going to come into Roar. That's just how I see it happening. This is a very good entry, in my opinion, for Roar. Not financial advice, but I mean, you want to buy at consolidation. You want to buy at floors. And then you sell, up here. And then, up here when it breaks its all-time high. You sell when people are buying. You buy when people are selling. It's how you make money. Or that's how they say you make money. I'm not telling you how to make money. But yeah, so that's all I got. Also, Roar NFTs. Minting more NFTs, up to 152 NFTs on Ethereum. And also selling out more NFTs on Solana. If you buy NFTs for Roar, I think Ethereum, you got a chance to win $10,000 worth of USDT. Yeah, 10,000 USDT prize if you mint a money cat NFT. So there's like a cat NFT in here that's made of money. You get that NFT, you win $10,000. And the Solana one, I think it's the I'm Not a Cat NFT. If anyone who mints the I'm Not a Cat NFT, they win, I think it's $1,000 USDT. So this is great. It's good to see NFTs getting minted. I know a lot of people in the Roar community that are in on, that are in on some of these other projects, like LOLO, like GMEBAY, like Teddy, and others. There's Barking Puppy, there's Buddy. They are going to, like, I know a lot of them have said that when they take profits, they want to bring some of that money back into Roar. They want to mint NFTs. They want to help contribute to the burns. And, that's another thing. So, you know how I said that, well, actually, I can't remember if I said it or not. There's actually a liquidity pool between LOLO and Roar that's consistently burning. When LOLO does well, that pool burns Roar and LOLO. And the wallet, I seen it earlier in one of Random Arts' videos. He was talking about the burn wallet for Roar. The burn wallet is like the 88th wallet now. Yeah, I mean, I don't have it up, so I can't look at it. But yeah, it's the 88th wallet. And so as we continue to burn Roar, I'm sorry, as the community continues to burn Roar through the purchase of NFTs and through these liquidity pools with like Lolo and Teddy, we're going to have more and more Roar taken off the market. And as the GME meta heats up, and more eyes get on Roar, more people come into Roar, less supply, more demand equals price popping higher. At least that's how I see it happening in my head. So yeah, just wanted to touch on those NFTs, and I'm glad I remembered to talk about that pool, because this is super bullish. I really like this chart. This chart is looking really good. I think this is going to do really good. I think Teddy could potentially do really good, and I think this could be a god candle if GameStop ends up buying eBay. But those are just my opinions. Like I said, not financial advice. If anyone wants to follow me on X, that's my X account, Cryptic Drive. I host X Spaces now and again. We talk about crypto, cool stuff. We're a bunch of nerds. So, yeah, guys. With that, I'm going to end this video. Yeah, I'll leave some links in the description for some of these projects and information if any of you guys want to check it out. And until next time, we will see you later.